Talking about how they hadn't really played well against elite teams. And that brings me to this point. Are the Eagles an elite team? I believe the Eagles are an elite team when they're playing up to their potential, when they're playing up to their standard. Defensively of late, outside of that Cowboys loss, the defense has been elite. All year long, the offense has been anything but elite. And it has been an average to bad and inconsistent unit all year long. But we've seen a couple of these losses over time for the Eagles when they've gone on these long runs that can serve as the get right game, the wake up call for Philadelphia. And it's one thing when you're winning some of the games that the Eagles have won this year. When you win, sometimes you ignore some of your flaws. Fans don't, because Eagles fans are probably the smartest in all of football, knowing the temperature of their team and just knowing ball in general. But when you lose a game like you did against Dallas, you have to sit back and say, we really have to make some changes offensively. Play calling, philosophy, not being conservative, maybe even personnel-wise. And so did the Eagles have a come-to-Jesus moment after that loss against the Cowboys? I hope so. And did they need a loss like that to propel them the rest of the way? If they crush Chicago today, answer is yes. If they lose against the Bears and the NFC East race thins, Cowboys right on the Eagles' heels with an easy schedule remaining for Dallas, some hard games for Philadelphia, then panic mode will really start to set in. So I'm not panicking right now. But if in 4 hours, 5 hours, we're talking about an Eagles loss and they play poorly, full panic mode in the city of Philadelphia. And we will be talking about the 2023 collapse because it could be happening. And honestly, look, we all know this. It's really hard to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Excited to watch this quarterback matchup today. These are two different players with vastly different skill sets. Caleb Williams has a rocket arm. He is really quick-footed and very fast. He is not a strong runner like Jalen Hurts, but he's a faster, more explosive runner than Jalen Hurts. When you look at Caleb's throwing motion, it's a little bit faster and snappier. I think Hurts sometimes his motion is a little bit awkward. As far as velocity on the football, Caleb has more of it, and he's more of a physical freak. There are a lot of reasons why he was the number one pick, and Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick. The physical gifts really set them apart. Now, Jalen Hurts is the more accurate quarterback. Jalen Hurts obviously has become the more clutch quarterback, even though Caleb Williams is only in year 2. But these are two different quarterbacks with contrasting styles, and I'm excited to see how they both played today in inclement weather. Caleb this season completing under 60% of his passes. I don't think that's sustainable, but late in games, he's really been able to come alive. He has thrown for more yards than Hurts, 2,568. He's made some really good decisions with the football, 16 touchdowns, 4 picks, 293 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. For Hurts, 7 points higher on the completion rate, about 300 fewer yards. He, too, making excellent decisions with the ball, but he's much more conservative than Caleb, who will take chances. For Hurts, 17 touchdowns and 1 pick. And this season, it's so funny to see some of the national outrage and conversation around Hurts when he is combined for 25 touchdowns and only 2 giveaways all season long. Which is why I was saying all week, it's not just on Jalen Hurts that this offense is struggling. This is a team-wide thing. Offensive line, receiver, Saquon Barkley, Nick Sirianni, and Kevin Patullo. And let's talk more about Caleb here. A huge key to the game for the Philadelphia Eagles to pull off a win against the Chicago Bears here on Black Friday is having disciplined pass rush lanes. Caleb Williams as an athlete is electric. He can make plays happen with his feet. He can extend plays to either throw the ball downfield or to gash you with his legs. And sometimes you will think that you have Caleb Williams bottled up, but he's able to break contain, slip out of a sack, and make plays happen downfield in a wow type of fashion. We saw it at Oklahoma. I was actually at his first career college start, and we saw it at USC. And so if the Eagles do not have disciplined pass rush lanes, if they don't keep him contained inside the pocket, he will slice them up with some of those out of structure plays. And that's part of the reason why Caleb has really gotten it going under Ben Johnson this year. And you look at how the Bears stack up on offense. This is what you wanted from a Ben Johnson coach team. He was the most sought after offensive mind in a head coaching carousel in a really long time with what he did with Detroit. Very creative, very exotic, very aggressive. And when you pinpoint offensive minds using the words that I just did, you're going to think in today's modern NFL, they like to throw it a ton. Well, the Bears actually build their offense by running first, throwing second.
Hey, Josh, you on some nut shit, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You on some bullshit, dog. Talk about some. Oh, let me bring my camera back up, man. There we go. Come on, camera. Get you back up in here. Get you back up in there. You the wrong way right now. Get my camera up and going. And all that. Let me let that rock.
Ben Johnson wants to establish the run to open up the pass game. And it's really been effective for Chicago this year. And that running game, which has gotten better since the start of the season when Chicago was 0-2 and they couldn't run, is a big reason why Caleb has had more success through the air. And he's got a lot of weapons to throw to as well. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, two really good tight ends, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland. They rebuilt their offensive line this offseason. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, really good running backs behind Caleb as well. And so that's resulted in Chicago being ranked 8th in points per game, 6th in yards per game, 8th in yards.
Listen, man, it's almost game time. It's almost game time, man. Let's get it. Let's fucking get it. Talk about Swift for 100. You tripping. Ain't no Swift for 100, man. Swift ain't getting that. He is not getting that. Get that joint up a little bit, yeah. Man.
They brought in a few weeks ago, CJ Gardner-Johnson making
Come
his
on,
return.
this about to be a breakout.
And you already know he wants to make a big play in this game.
Don't be shocked if Saquon have a
Papas!
Don't be shocked if he have a breakout game, dog. I'm telling you. Don't be shocked.
But we've seen a couple of these.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you.
But we've seen a couple of these.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
Shaping metal and memories, it's time for me to say goodbye. This little shop has been my second home, and each piece, a part of my heart.
It's like Here's another $50 super chat because Lori, the legend, and the real one always supporting the show. David M, $2 super chat. Let's go, Cowboys. Here we go. Look, I will give credit where credit is due. And I will eat the crow in saying a month ago the Cowboys were done. I just put out a YouTube short and a video this morning saying the Cowboys are legit. The Cowboys are a threat. And if the Eagles lose today, the Cowboys could realistically win the NFC East. Brian Schottenheimer doing a great job calling that offense. Dak Prescott's playing like an MVP. George Pickens is playing better than any wide receiver in football. CD Lamb, when he catches the ball, so good. Jake Ferguson, really underrated tight end. Their ground game has been good, and their defense has vastly improved since that Quinnen Williams trade. 3 games that Quinnen Williams has played, that defense has been pretty stout up front. All right, be sure to give me a follow. I'm on every social media platform, X, Instagram, and TikTok at Chase_Senior. That's at Chase_Senior on each platform, reaching millions of people every single month here on YouTube. Doing the same on X, doing the same on Instagram. And I just launched a TikTok account less than a week ago. And so give me a follow over there at Chase_Senior. It's just a way for you to get additional content from yours truly, talking about the Eagles, talking about the NFL.
All righty.
All right.
Just about 15 minutes to go till this game gets underway. We're only at 173 likes here on the day. Rookie numbers. It's a Black Friday coming off Thanksgiving. I know we're all hyped for this game. Show us. Hit that thumbs up icon. Like the stream if you want the Birds to beat down on the Bears here today. Come on, baby.
Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. The more likes that we get, the more people who find the stream, the more people who come in here, the more fun that we'll have. And for Lori Papa, send her $50 super chat. Cheers.
Shout out Lori.
Another $50 super chat that'll get us over 300 in supers. And shoot, we'll run it back and sing Fly Eagles Fly again. Dylan, more like Sack Friday. If the Eagles are all over Caleb Williams here today, I will be using that line. It's a Sack Friday on Black Friday. I need it. I would love for this Eagles defense to dominate Chicago today.
Need it.
Jack Straw, caca, caca. Throwing in that Eagles noise in the chat. Sean Dean saying, go Birds.
Shout out Kane Angel. Always here rocking.
Kane Angel, legend.
Best mod in the game.
Best mod in the game.
Peter Thurman.
Peter Thurman in the building. I'm watching my guys and frying 2 turkeys. Peter, I would love to have some of that fried turkey.
Gotta be good.
That's the one thing about not being at your like childhood home with Thanksgiving.
That one. No, this was a valiant effort. Valiant effort.
First one of the day. First one of the day.
Ugh.
Alrighty.
That was 100% pineapple, by the way.
Yeah. The lemon lime was lime and hard there. So, okay. Profit. He gets raffle ticket. Bears had to learn how to win last year. That's the result this year in a better coach. Most losses losses last year were close games. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing with Eberflus. They were in a lot of games. They just didn't know how to win. Didn't know how to win.
Didn't know how to win. He's just more of a coordinator too, and just like terms of situational football and
Yeah, and I think it's a combination of he wasn't an in-game manager, and 2, I think Ben and this staff have installed belief, which like throughout the months leading up to the season, right? Like I don't view Eberflus as a motivator type. So yeah, there's just more belief right now. More belief. Ricky Stead sends in 5. He has Swift first touchdown, Cullen,
Gotcha.
so we'll get him in there.
Let's go to Polish. I wonder how your post game reaction would have been like after the double doink.
I don't even want to know what that would have been like. It would have been brutal. It would have been brutal.
Let's go. All right, we've got Jerry. Hello, Harrison. Hi, Colin. Put me in, coach. Swift for the first touchdown. Go Bears.
All right, 3 tickets, Jerry. I feel like you deserve one of these, Jerry. Especially donating to some vets in the chat a couple weeks ago. So shout out to Jerry, man.
Let's go. Let's go. Buff. Darnell Wright first touchdown. It'll happen eventually.
I'm sticking to that too. I'm not saying first touchdown, but they have a play where they're going to throw Darnell Wright the football. I don't know when it's going to be, but that is coming. That is absolutely coming. By the way, Courtney Cronin about 15 minutes ago tweeted out that Ozzie Trapillo's warming up at left tackle, so I think he's getting the start.
Which you kind of figured like the Bears wanted to happen anyway at some point. Just listen, you invest a second round pick at this guy. I think he's slowly been gaining the trust of the coaching staff. We've talked about it a lot with Luther Burden trying to get the trust over Olamide Zaccheaus.
Yep.
It could honestly be the same thing with Ozzie, right?
I can't remember if you were it might have been on Wednesday, so you weren't in, but when Connell was producing, Ben had a quote saying in the last month or so, he's felt things start to click on and off the field for Ozzie. So, a line he used to is he started to come out of his shell. So maybe he just didn't quite have his place on this team earlier in the year, but now he's more confident, more comfortable. So this will be another good test today. Philly's got a good defensive front. They've been really good since they traded for Jalen Phillips. So it'll be a good test. But I like Theo as that sixth offensive lineman that you can bring in for 8, 10, 12 snaps a game. He's athletic. He's good in the run game. But yeah, I mean, the ideal scenario is Ozzie Trapillo, takes this job and is the guy not only the rest of this year, but moving forward. That gives you a lot of flexibility this offseason in terms of what positions to attack, trades, free agency, and in the draft. Okay, Carter, update. She's asleep. Maybe a quiet. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Fight Gravity Fitness. Let's keep it rolling. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Likewise, hope everybody in the chat had a great Thanksgiving and got some quality time. So, by the way, over under for the Prime Video sportsbook, whatever they use, looks like DraftKings 43.5.
It's even gone down,
But it's still Philly -7.
interesting.
So -7, 43.5. They're basically saying 25 to 18. Basically what they're saying. Okay. All right. I've got some reasons why I think the Bears can win this game. Number one, that Eagles offense has been struggling. They're like 25th in EPA or DVOA. I can't remember which. But even just some of the more regular statistics, they're outside the top 20 in yards passing, rushing in total, 17th in points per game. They don't turn the ball over. They're a very cautious offense. They do not like to turn the ball over. Last week, that got away from them. They had a couple of turnovers, but that is something that they do not like to do. But they are not the most potent offense. They're middle of the pack in terms of explosives. Caleb Williams locking in if you're watching at home. Lane Johnson is out. I think that's a big deal. That's part of the offensive struggles. They haven't been able to run the football effectively. I think if you're the Bears, Montez Sweat, come on, man. Let's keep it rolling. You're going up against a swing tackle and Fred Johnson today. Number 3, I think the Bears' offensive line can hold up today. Now, we'll see how Ozzie Trapillo does in his second test, assuming he starts. If for some reason it's Theo Benedict, same with them. This will be a good battle. I think it will be Ozzie, but I think the Bears' O-line can hold up. Their best defensive lineman is Jalen Carter, but I like this interior with Tooney, Jackson, and Dahlman in the middle. Doesn't mean Jalen Carter's not going to make any plays, but I think Caleb will have enough protection, and they should be able to create some running lanes as well. Caleb Williams, as we get to number 4, is a more explosive quarterback than Jalen Hurts. What does that mean? It means that he has generated more explosive plays than Jalen this year. We talked about the cautious nature of Philadelphia, and a lot of that is Jalen Hurts does not like to put the ball in harm's way. That's why he's only thrown 1 interception. It's a big reason why the accuracy is high is because it's a lot of outside the numbers easier throws. Doesn't mean Hurts isn't a good quarterback. He is. He just won Super Bowl MVP. But the Bears generate more big plays. And I think if you can play even or better in the turnover battle and generate explosives, you're going to have a good chance to win this game. And then lastly, reinforcements are here. Jalen Johnson back. Kyler Gordon back. Now, Tyreek Stevenson is out. Four of your top 5 linebackers are out. But you got a couple of your better players on defense back in the fold this week. So that is a good thing as well. So I do think the Bears can win this game. And I did pick them 24-23 to upset Philadelphia on Black Friday, which would send a huge message to the rest of the NFL. All right, we're less than 10 minutes away from kickoff at Lincoln Financial Field. We got a $50 super chat coming in from my guy, Edov. He says, throw these raffle tickets in for Jerry.
Yep.
Jerry Rouch.
You're in there, bro.
You know what I call that? I call that karma. Jerry giving raffle tickets to veterans a couple weeks ago, Colin. Now Edov giving Jerry some raffle tickets. Let's give it up. This is the type of community we've built here at Bears Now, and that's a testament to you guys. So shout out to Edov, man. That's electric. David, let's run 2 pounds.
2 linebackers.
2 linebackers, CJ and Kyler. And
Turkey is unacceptable. This is not what good teams do. Eagles have 81 penalties as a team, 26th in the NFL. Penalty yardage, 721, 27th in the NFL. That's nearly 7 football fields worth of penalties. Penalty differential, -20, second to last in the NFL, meaning they're getting penalized a lot more than the opposition. Yardage differential, -156. That's 29th. And their pre-snap penalties, 31, 25th in the NFL. All right, about 6 minutes to go until Eagles-Bears kicks off at the Link. Predict the score. I'm going to go Eagles 24, Bears 20. I don't think the Eagles cover that touchdown spread. Jack Straw, repeating the word, undisciplined.
Yep.
Facts. 23-22 Birds from Shania. Shania Breccia, 23-22. John Galt, Eagles 3, Bears 2. Please.
Gotta get it together. Oh,
That would
gotta
suck
get
to
together.
watch. 27-24 Bears from Tony. Mike,
Tony.
31-7. Eagles are pissed. I hope they are pissed. I hope they're pissed. All right, let's get to our sponsor one more time before kick. Our friends at Prize Picks making today's Philadelphia Eagles now Chicago Bears watch party possible. It is the holiday season, the best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. And that's Prize Picks. New feature alert. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out of those winnings before the game even finishes. Is your fantasy season over? Chip's team is cooked, but with Prize Picks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft. Prize Picks lets you play fantasy football every week, pick your favorite players and win. When they hit their projections every week, no draft required. Three pick power play. DeAndre Swift, more on the rushing yard. Devontae Smith, more on the half rushing or receiving touchdown. And then Saquon Barkley, more than 78.5 rushing yards. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, 4 minutes to go until kick. Eagles Bears about to get underway. Let me make a deal with the people. I'm going to go get a drink and use the bathroom real quick. We are $37 away from 300 in Super Chats. If we're over 300 by the time that I come back, I'm taking down another drink for all of you. Go Birds. Be right back.
Step the hoopy up,
Bears around the corner.
Let's get it,
Step
baby.
the
Come on.
hoopy up.
Get hype.
Cooking up
I
the
see
hoopy.
Purple Rose in the chat. Bird 2117. I love it. I love it.
I need something to calm my nerves.
There's
Just
a
in case these
few
niggas want
minutes
extra.
to go. Huge game.
Man,
Next season, these are the kind of games you live for in the regular season, man.
this hookah
Prime
keep
time
me
matchup.
calm. That was hookah, man.
What's going on?
Feel me?
They're across that way, all the way at the end. Yeah. Kate Angel. Eagles 33-25. Al Paris 31-17 Birds. End of days 35-17 Eagles. Oh, right on cue. Look who it is. Shout out to my mom with a $50 super chat. Let's go, getting us over 300 on the day. Shout out to my mom. Getting us going before this game starts. Saying go Birds! Let's go. Get hype in the chat, baby. Let's put these Bears down. They're so hyped. They think they've been so good with all these games in a row. Let's show them what happens when they run into a real team. Let's show them what happens. With the 50 coming in. You know, with us getting over 300. Oh, I only have pineapple. Disgusting. All right.
I get it. It's hard to train.
I'll crack my first drink of the day as well. I'll crack my first drink of the day as well.
Tell your coach for 11. Never switch my number
Let's
once.
go. Up over 300 on the day.
Pass the same guy. So
Keep
girls,
hitting that thumbs up icon.
every time. You can imagine how
You ready
good
for this
some
game to get underway? Couple minutes. Like the video. 700 people watching live. 245 likes. Where my real ones at, huh? Where my real Eagles fans at? Like the stream. Eric Brown, how you doing today? I'm doing good, but I did an Eagles win. Yeah, great day yesterday. I think Thanksgiving's always an awesome day. But need an Eagles win today.
Getting that dubski today, man. Gotta get that dub.
Joseph, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Kimberly, let's go Birds. Reginald Walker, Cindy Brown better play at a high level. They're going to need it. Benjo said he likes what he's seen from Cindy Brown in practice, but practice is a whole nother thing.
also a cow. Start investing with no account.
This isn't like you. Daniel, I understand he was your best friend. There's more to life.
Not today.
Hi, hello. It's my son. His friend was, listen, I don't know what to do. I don't know what he might do.
Help prevent gun violence in your neighborhood. Dial 211 to speak to someone about programs and services for a family member or friend. All calls are confidential.
Shania, did you enjoy Thanksgiving? I absolutely did. Had a great time with the family. I hope you did as well. I hope everybody did. Some great food, great football. Lamont Lake.
Noon game. I like the 3 o'clock kickoffs too versus a 4:30. You know, those late Fox game of the weeks. That's like.
Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's almost game time, baby.
I forget where the exact list was, but kind of as you're talking about the 6 quarterbacks or the past 6 quarterbacks that they played, not the greatest. Not the lineup that necessarily strikes fear into it is like, oh, those are starting quarterbacks that we're playing up against, and Mason Rudolph, obviously last week, the Steelers ran for 186 yards against this team. So
that's not a good running team.
We're trying to figure out this thing. If the Steelers can do it, no offense to Kenny G, but that with the offensive line that had struggled, the Steelers have been so hit or miss in their running game. Jaylen Warren, you figure Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby, and these guys can maybe get something to work. But we have said that week in and week out, and it's almost every single team. Chicago does have their starting cornerbacks back, but that's just another reason, just keep on feeding the rock, figure this thing out. Almost there.
Looks like Philadelphia will be kicking off. Finally, they'll get to defer to the second half. Past 2 weeks, they've received both teams atop their respective division, 8-3 apiece. Blackout at the Link looks fantastic on a cold but sunny afternoon. All black uniforms for Philadelphia. The Bears wearing their whites with their usual Chicago Bear blue helmets.
Temperature is 37 degrees, and the wind is really kicking up and swirling. They do some damage to completion percentages today.
Okay, especially going from our right to left. That'll be the challenge for the quarterbacks and the kickers.
Chicago won the toss. They have elected to receive and not defer. Meanwhile, Elliott had a kickoff for Philadelphia. Devin Duvernay, the former Raven, and Josh Blackwell back to receive for Chicago. And off we go, a big one. Week 13. This is Blackwell. Blackwell will bring the ball out to about the 35-yard line. That's where the Bears will set up shop. Caleb Williams, off another rookie year, much better this season. Started 0-2, 8-1 since 16 touchdown passes, 3 runs, and only 4 interceptions. So a very good 4-to-1 ratio of TDs to picks.
Kind of like any quarterback in his second year, you see the game slow down a bit. Remember, he's got a new scheme here with Ben Johnson, getting familiar with it each week. And also getting under center. We'll talk about that. That's new for him this year.
And there he is under center. The running back is Swift. DeAndre spent a year here a couple of years ago. After coming over from Detroit, give it to him. Swift looking for some room. Picks up about 3 as he gets out to the 36-yard line. It'll be second down at 7.
So Ben Johnson brings his offense in, kind of an old school mentality as far as his offense with some innovative schemes. Likes to marry the run with the pass, meaning he'll give you formations, personnel groupings. He'll make the run and the play action pass look very, very similar. Puts a lot on the linebackers and safeties in his Eagles defense to play with great discipline.
Now Williams back into the gun. Odunze in motion, sets up on the left side. And on 2nd and 7, pressure is put on, but he gets the pass away. And a yard shy of the first down, he goes to Cole Kmet. Going to get 3rd down and 1. Zach Vaughn into the tackle for the Eagles.
Nice job here, just being patient. I'll tell you, he continues to get better and better with this. It's the tight end, Cole Kmet. Watch Caleb Williams. He's going to get a little bit of pressure, little space to defense, little slip screen. And he's got a great group of tight ends. And both his tight ends have size. The rookie Colston loved them getting better over these last 3 or 4 weeks. You'll see them both all game.
Up in a tight formation. 3rd and 1. Williams back under center. Keeps it. Gets it. Initial first down. Chicago with a 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
And the home of the tush push. Caleb Williams gets the first down by getting behind Joe Tooney. Easy behind the left guard. That said, it sounds simple to get under center. What's the big deal? You just take the snap, but it's the timing, it's the rhythm, it's the footwork. All new high school, college, first year as a pro, just not a lot of it. And now in Ben Johnson's offense, obviously they live in it quite a bit.
Not used to it. Under center again here. Off the play fake, has a lot of time. Fires and it's incomplete. Intended to hey, man. Come on, man. 10.
Go back and look at his days in USC and even in Oklahoma, and all of his years combined, 37 college games, 8 times he was under center as far as pass attempts. And then last year, 71 as a rookie. It's fifth on the pass attempts. You can see already this year, 108 times he's been under center to throw the football. When he on the play action, gets his back turned to the defense and just adjusting to that.
Back on the ground to the 50-yard line goes the Andre Swift. Third down and 6. Sirianni in his 5th year as the Eagles coach. He kind of spent 2 Super Bowls, lost 1, won 1. I think there's been 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. Everybody's, well, he's not really under fire. Now you're around here. It's like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, seems like every time we get around the Eagles, there's lots of noise leading into the game that we're getting ready to call.
Always.
Especially after last week, up 21 in Dallas and losing.
3rd and 5. Williams throws, and it is collected as Roma Dunze picks up the first down. He's covered there by Dory Jackson. Out of the game last week, he's back in tonight.
Now, as you know, typically teams go away from Quinyon Mitchell on the other side and attack the corner to be Dory Jackson healthy and back and able to play. And you can see Dory Jackson driving down, expecting that route right around the sticks, but a little bit late there. Good job being decisive by Caleb Williams getting that ball out on 3rd medium.
Dunze, 43rd reception this year, leads the team. First down now from the 45-yard line. Bringing a fullback, rolling to his left. The pass is caught, and that'll be another first down. The 3rd, Luther Burden, the 30, rookie out of Missouri, off to a good start this season. 2nd-round pick.
I just love the feel, the flow of this opening drive, the script that they put together. Durham Smythe came in as a tight end who was back as a fullback. And it's a team that loves to run the ball. They want to run the ball to set up play action. Teams know that. This defense obviously knows that. So they're prepared to stop the run. Here they mix in a play action on 1st and 10.
Toss back here. Swift will thread his way down to the 30-yard line. Come on, Dave. But the Miami Dolphins, and there was traded here 3 weeks ago. On the tackle, what a difference he can make.
The job they've done in building around their young quarterback, not just a first-year head coach in Ben Johnson, but obviously DJ Moore came over from Carolina a few years ago, Roman Dunze, Luther Burden, rookie, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, Manungai, the rookie running back. They had a lot of pieces.
Spread it out here. Go empty on a 2nd and 7.
More pass rush. More, man.
5-man rush. Pass under the tip. It's incomplete. Colston Loveland, who's the rookie, the #1 pick out of Michigan, off to a great start this season, 3rd and 7.
Here you got 4 new offensive linemen. They've done a very good job. This is an offense that gave up 68 sacks a year ago. They made wholesale changes when Ben Johnson came in. 4 new starters. The only returning starters, the right tackle, Darnell Wright. And now they're going to get challenged here in this environment against this defense on this 3rd and long.
3rd and 7. Opening drive of the game. They've already converted 3 times for first downs. Danica Swift, he has some room. Gets to the outside, and we'll see where they mark it. Apparently a little bit short.
Got it, man.
Behind 2 lanes for Pillow, about a half yard. And expect them obviously to go for it in today's environment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was 3rd and 7. They ran the football. Great block by Joe Trudy, the left guard. He sustained that. Jacoby Dean gave him a chance to spring that to the outside. And come almost up with that first down, but just inches short.
You saw Jackson come off the field.
Come on, good stop, man.
Running back. Rookie out of Rutgers, picked in the 7th round. Williams keeping himself on a 4th and 1. Gives it to the rookie, but he's going to be stuck just about to the line of the game.
Did he get it?
See where they put it down? Byron Young is there. Which, as you all know, Yellow Lemon is unofficial. Carl Shepard is the referee. First down.
Did a job, if you notice, but the Eagles moved right before the ball got snapped. He recognized that, made the right check to make sure everybody got a hand on it.
Chicago wants to go fast because this could be challenged.
Challenge that. Challenge that.
The crowd wanted a virtual measurement, if nothing else. To bring the sticks out. None of that happened. Philadelphia's been really out of the game. This will be interesting.
He was hit behind the line, but it looked to me like that last effort lunge. If a knee wasn't down, the last effort lunge may have gotten him across. So he's hit there behind the line, but see the effort there, and then there's the lunge right there.
Can't see, huh?
So Sirianni challenges you to turn it over on downs to keep this run going in Philadelphia.
Say you get a surf shack on Airbnb. Now you can also get a surf lesson.
Can't tell, man. I don't know.
With some innovative schemes,
Get a surf lesson.
Can't tell, man. I don't know if we got it. I hope we got it. We're gonna see, man, because it said we won the challenge. Good fucking stop. Defense. Good stop. Good stop. My TV delayed, but good fucking stop.
For new users, he hasn't stopped cheering. NFL Sunday Ticket, now just $48 for the rest of the regular season.
Look at this, man. It's killing.
Emmitt Smith is a legendary football and dancing star, but he also has Geico like a regular person. So we had one translate.
I can't look at that.
Routine was good state.
I can't look at that. I can't look at the game cast. I can't because it's too fast for me. It's ahead of my TV. I can't do it. Can't do it. My shit live too, but my shit a little delayed.
At JCPenney, and still let people think you paid full price. Because as the saying goes, it's what they thought that counts. Yes, it goes to Penny. I'm mistaken for Dan Campbell at least once a week. Can you work on the beard? The runner is short.
Yes. No offense. Please, offense, please. Don't let us down, offense. Don't let us down.
Tries to get the first down. You saw the shin go down just short of the first down.
Come on,
take over an 11-play, 42-yard drive, 5.5 minutes for Chicago. Now, Philadelphia's first play from scrimmage to the 30-yard line goes Saquon Barkley.
Watch it again.
Second and 5. Jalen Hurts. The numbers are unbelievable this season. 17 touchdown passes.
No, I'm watching the game home.
Thursday night in New York. 8 TD runs, second most by a quarterback, only Josh Allen with more at this point in the season.
You heard him respond to Kaylee when she said, what about the Bears? They lead the turnover margin. He said, well, we're pretty good at not turning the ball over, so it's good against good.
Second and 5.
AJ Brown.
On that, AJ. Come on, dog. The fuck? The fuck?
Yeah, Browns made a lot of headlines this season. Crowd booing. That false start, there he is.
Of course, they're coming off a game where penalties were a big part of Dallas's comeback. Part of that self-destruction that they had, where they're behind the sticks quite a bit. 14 penalties on the day a week ago.
Puts it back in the 25-yard line. Second down and 10. Off the 25 lead, and they go to Brown for an 11-yard gain. And the first down at the 36-yard line tackle there by Kevin Byard.
So that trend continues. We've seen it the last couple of weeks. You talked about him at times being frustrated this round, making it public. The Eagles have responded by getting him the ball, especially within the script.
Let's go.
last film. He's 4 or 5 targets both games. And he'll kind of drift away, go away. I think they want to continue to try to feed him the ball throughout the entire game.
As did the offense last week. A great 18 minutes and nothing over the last 42. On the ground, working his way for a gain of 5 is Barkley, who had a spectacular year. Of course, last year over 2,000 yards.
It's going to be a lot of running. It's going to be a lot of running.
Season.
It's going to be a lot of running
This year is the projection.
Saquon, protect that ball. Open them holes up. Open them jaws up.
For Kellen Moore, has been a passing game coordinator from 21 to 24 last few years, and is obviously feels most of the noise when this offense is not consistent and is sputtering. It seems that somebody's got to take the fall, and right now he's been the guy.
2nd and 5, they go 5 wide. Barkley was the man in motion. Hurts under pressure, and that may have been tipped and incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Eagles.
That ball got tipped to the line of scrimmage. Like you said, little twist up front. And you see 97 there. Billings, eventually, he's a big guy. Actually, it's 49. I think 49 may have gotten a hand on that. 48, Jackson Jones didn't. Ball just kind of came out a little funky. Remember, the wind is toughest where the Eagles are going right now. Whether it's the kicks or the throws. Watching them pregame during the warm-ups. It was nasty.
3rd down and 5. Takes down. It's his eyes downfield and fires it into the bench. So we put that. Not already on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll touch on Dennis Allen, the new defensive.
This offense, man. Here we go, man. Here we go. Here we go to the offense, man. Fuck, come on, man. Can't let our defense just do everything again, dog. Every fucking week. Like they playing real conservative right now, man. These niggas to turn up. Earth just do that shit short. I thought it was tip, but they didn't even get tip. I don't know if the wind took the ball or I don't know what happened. That joint.
All right,
Come on, let's get it.
Tomorrow is small business Saturday. Shop small. Byler's Donuts. Here inside Reading Terminal Market in Philadelphia since the early 80s as you look down upon Lincoln Financial Field. Oklahoma Eagles since the early 2000s. So Ben Johnson, who watched his team march down the field 5.5 minutes and then turn it over on downs. They're back in action here. The Monongalia is the running back, starting from the 22-yard line. Commit demand in motion. Monongalia cuts it back. And the 7th round rookie making a big splash, beginning to share time with Swift. Stopped by Cindy Brown, first down gain of 17.
A great job here again. You hear that term, pressing the hole. And the reason that's important is these backstop blocks. You'll see this. Instead of getting a little impatient, he stays over here and look at the backside blocks, and it allows him to be able to get into that back door right there. Very well done by the young running back.
Williams throwing. It's going to be caught up at the 45-yard line. Catch made there by Luther Burton. Gain of 6, second and 4.
Vic Fangio runs a defense that almost dares you to run the football. So you're going to have to run the football today against defense. You're going to have to hit underneath throws. And then a lot is going to be on these receivers and tight ends and backs yards after the catch, because it's going to be tough to get downfield against this scheme.
Bears have started balanced. 7 runs, 6 passes at this point. Run number 8, and that's going to be a first down, taking it to the 50-yard line. Just got behind it. Messi Trapillo block.
Moving the ball on the board.
In the second round.
You know, anybody who's watched Ben Johnson offense, I think a lot of times when he was in Detroit, people kind of associated Dan Campbell, and that's why they're gritty and tough. That's who he is. But Ben Johnson goes back to, refers to his high school days when it comes to his personal toughness and running the ball and establishing the line of scrimmage. It's not just his time with Dan Campbell.
From the 50. Keep it on the ground again. Nice run here. One guy pick up a 5. Boy, to the 233rd guy picked in the draft. He's pretty good.
He really is. And what a great compliment. You think about DeAndre Swift, more of an outside zone guy, catch the ball to the backfield. And another guy who led the Big Ten last year rushing and Rutgers, more of an in-between tackles and can with a low center of gravity, bounces off would-be tacklers. So they do a great job of mixing them both in.
Swift is back in. Toss to him. Swift. First down and a lot more. And the ex-Eagle takes it down to the 21-yard line. Adoree Jackson makes that tackle. So another big game here, gain of 23.
And now a big part of this offense with Ben Johnson is so much pre-snap movement. Here's Cole Kmet. Watch what he does. This is to create leverage and an opportunity to get better blocking angles. Almost like a ramp block. It's just enough there of Bajoma. In 13 of the 16 plays, they're just enough there, and then he gets downhill. Look at the front side double team. Look at all that space. 13 to 16 plays, they motion.
Empty backfield, under 4 to play in the quarter. Williams on the move, throws it away. Chased that time by Jalen Phillips. He stopped it. Second and 10.
What a great addition he has been in just a few weeks he's been here. He brings not only length at 6'5", but size. I mean, he's 265 pounds. He's lined up there against DJ Moore and was able to get pressure. I think he maybe surprised Darnell right there because he was lined up over the slot, but brings great quickness and size to give them a little bit more of a pass rusher without always having to blitz.
18 play already for Chicago. Monongalia is back in. Williams protected well, throws to the outside and reaching for it and making the grab is the rookie Colston Loveland. Third down and 1.
And what a catch by the rookie. Tight coverage there by Blankenship. He comes down late, but gets in position here to defend him. Look at this ball. Great accuracy, and there's the hands by this rookie. He's really a wide receiver skill set that plays tight end. Good job of getting that right hand under the ball and keep it away from the surface.
8th play of this drive. 3rd and 2. Leonard again. And this time getting stuck, but still with the legs churning. See where they're going to mark it now. And it will be a first down. Oh, man. Stop behind the line. Just kept on chugging away and a first down.
Yeah, we saw that on that 4th and 1 where we thought he may have gotten it. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage and then fought and came up a little bit short after the review. This time, he's hit again. Ajuma does a good job of getting penetration, getting off the block. But look at that leg drive. Would not be denied. He gets the first down.
From the 11. Trips to the left. They break that down with a Dunce in motion. Williams rolling, throwing, and he couldn't get to him. Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus, that broken free back in the end zone, 2nd and 10.
Again, I love this aggressive call. The tendency down in here, you got to run the ball. The ball's got to get out quickly. So go a little misdirection. Try to get outside. How many humans can take that throw with that kind of velocity on the ball? Gave him a chance, but Zacchaeus just off the fingertips.
Williams, according to Pro Football Focus, more passes on the run than any other quarterback in the league. Example right there, on the move. See what he does here on the 2nd and 10. To the ground they go. Through the middle and fighting his way to the 2-yard line is Malunga. Boy, is he showing some power.
Oh, man. And I'll tell you, Drew Donovan, who's been a great addition coming over from Atlanta, an unrestricted free agent, Tooney. Both those guys right now are winning the battle. You got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Ajuma in the interior. And the double teams are working incredibly well. 5.6 yards a carry.
Swift is back in. 3rd and 2. Williams. The Swift. Touchdown. What a drive. He punched the ball into the seats. He's carried 6 times for 43 yards. They went 78 yards in 11 plays. A beautiful drive. And Chicago takes the lead.
I think a lot of people are, people have been frustrated in Philly. It hasn't been a lot about the defense. It's been a lot about the offense. But right now, if you've not watched the Bears much this year, you're getting introduced to why they're winning games, not just the turnover margin, winning the line of scrimmage. They did another job of kind of a false read there where they bring the motion one way, they bring it back, and the offensive line deserves as much credit as these backs for the way they just drove the ball down the field against the Eagles defense.
Jairo Santos with the extra point. Swift only carried 8 times last week against Pittsburgh, 6 carries, including the touchdown here. They have to go in the quarter, 7-0 Bears.
One of them games. This is what I need to smoke because my nerves, man. This shit. Defense giving up a lot of rushing yards, damn near 100 rushing yards in the first quarter. What the fuck is they doing? You can't have a game where the offense ain't playing right and the defense. What the fuck? You beating us at the line of scrimmage. Damn. Defense got to tighten up. Offense, man. I don't know, man. We ain't gonna give up yet. It's early in the game. Not giving up. Not giving up yet.
Crowd leaders like Wicked, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Holly Hardy. It's on Ryan. Rocky Statue, of course, here in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, because of the wind, you're allowed to bring a 12-man. That's Torrey Taylor. He can hold it, and then immediately has to vacate the field. So for the moment, he's able to hold it. Kickoff from Santos is through the end zone. Let's go to Kaylee.
You've already polished off your Thanksgiving leftovers. Come over to Angelo so we can show you where it's gone wrong for the Eagles' offense this season. Look no further than their star player. Saquon Barkley's averaging less than half the rushing yards per game that he had in the record-setting 2024 campaign. And A.J. Brown's 57 receiving yards per game would be a career low for the three-time Pro Bowler. And then units really struggled in second halves. Eagles have scored 3 or fewer second-half points in 4 games this season. But with or without a consistent offense, they're still 8-3.
And they're still 8-3, no points last week. After 21 on the first 3 drives, they begin this drive after the touchback from the 35-yard line. Here's Barkley. Think a lot, that Eagle offense you're telling you, there's a lot of forensic accounting going on. They're dissecting the Philadelphia offense like a laboratory rat. What do you see?
Well, I mean, they've been banged up on the offensive line, and their best offensive lineman, Lane Johnson's out with Liz Frank, so hopefully he'll be back here in a few weeks to get ready for the postseason. I think it's affected the continuity, but I think the bigger thing for me is Jalen Hurts isn't really a factor in the run game. If you look at his stuff, he's about to run there.
Have a fucking false start.
When your quarterback's a run threat, it has a tendency to open up some seams into the middle. Look at Lamar Jackson, what he did for Derrick Henry last year. And I think look over throughout his career, now in his 5th year as a starter, you go back to some of this offense is humming. They don't do it a ton, but just enough. 23, 24, 25. Look at the total attempts and design runs in the past to what they're doing this year. So that puts a lot more on the offensive line and a lot more on Saquon Barkley when you eliminate the threat of Jalen Hurts coming off the edge on that zone read game.
Interesting to see if they start doing it a little bit more down the stretch. Snap is high. This is running. There he goes after the 43-yard line, but they're short.
I think you don't have to live in it, obviously, but you do have to remind people that this guy can run the football. I mean, that's who their identity was. As much as Saquon with his 2,000 yards obviously should have gotten a lot of the attention, I think Jalen Hurts just sprinkling him in. That was kind of a QB counter there, but that zone read where you get to the edge of the defense is a big part of their identity.
They're going to take us to the end of the quarter and go.
Well, we got to get a fucking first down. We got to score on this drive, yo. We got to score on this drive. We got to. Them niggas strike first, man. I don't like playing from behind. I don't.
His economy can leave business owners feeling overwhelmed and outdone. Outdone? Well, not with the most powerful QuickBooks ever on the Intuit platform. With a team of AI agents who tackle jobs for you. Morning, payroll's ready. Discover new leads and trusted experts. Interview. That's great. Solve problems with you. With the right team and the right tools, they can outdo anything that's holding their business back. Outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
Today's aerial coverage is presented by Royal Caribbean. It's a great shot downtown Philly, Central Philadelphia. On this crisp Friday afternoon. Come on down about a 20-minute drive from downtown to Lincoln Financial Field. Now, Michael's Kirkland Street, Kelly Hartung. It's 3rd and 3 as we start the second quarter. Burns out of the pistol this time. Keeps it. Looks downfield. Throws. Burns down. Inside the 30 and out of bounds. Goes to Monte Smith. As the trophy winner back in 2020.
I love this. And Jalen Johnson's back. It's good to see him back. It's the matchup right there. But I love getting Jalen Hurts little play action. Now, getting outside where he's very confident throwing on the run. And that time he didn't wait. He decided to get that ball out on his 5th step. Devontae Smith is able to separate from Johnson, and the Eagles are in business.
He made a great move on Johnson, who's been hurt. He and Kyle Gordon are both back today. Here goes Barkley over the left side. Barkley works his way inside the 22.
It's just my opinion. But Saquon Barkley hasn't changed. You know, anybody wants to say, well, he's going to take years. This is, where running backs they start to show maybe some age. I just don't agree with it. I think the offensive line has struggled with injuries. They're not running the football with Jalen Hurts. He's running into 50% of the time into the back of the offensive line before he can even get into the line of scrimmage. You give him room to work, he's still Saquon Barkley.
2nd and 5. Here he goes again. Yeah, they get no room to work that time. Stuffed in the backfield by Austin Booker.
Looked like a miscommunication with Goddard there and Malata. They're trying to double team 94 Booker. Watch them work this together. And then it was like there was a little bit of confusion. Malata came off. Goddard looks at him and kind of like, oh, man, what's going on here? But a heck of a play there by 94, setting the edge.
Turning a 2nd and 6 into a 3rd and 8. Hurts fires. It's incomplete and off the hands of Smith. That's a little bit behind him in his 4th down.
They had exactly what they wanted, but they stacked him, got him behind Dotson, got soft coverage. They're just not, the timing's just off. And we've seen this all year. Sometimes it's on and other times it's not. Look at that soft coverage. I mean, not only would he make that catch, but with Kevin Byard turning, he probably catches that on the run. Probably has a shot to score a touchdown there, but instead, ball's behind it.
Now you've got a 44-yard attempt here. Jake Elliott in his 9th season in Philadelphia, and the kick wobbles but stays true inside the right upright. To put points on the board for Philadelphia. Early 2nd quarter, Bears 7, Eagles 3.
Hurts fucking threw it behind him. God damn, man. Wide open, man. Threw it fucking behind him. How can you do that? That's on Hurts, man. You can't be throwing it behind niggas. You got to put that shit in his hands, put it in front of him. Let him run with it. It's bad accuracy, man.
Friday football brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? Big points with you.
Yeah, big points. ID, couple credit cards. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Meanwhile, great man comes in again. He's the 12th man. You can bring a guy in the wind like this to hold, and he has to get immediately off the field as Elliott puts it in play, and it skids through the end zone.
The Bears coming off a heck of a drive the last time they had the football, and it was really just getting behind the offensive line. These double teams I was bragging about were on full display. Great communication, mixing the backs with my young guy, DeAndre Swift, who's a local product from St. Joe Prep right here in Village. You know, he's fired up tough running there by 25, and it's Swift following those blocks. Walks into the end zone for the Bears' first touchdown, and Ben Johnson's got to be very, very happy with the way that first quarter started. Most in any quarter this season, rushing the football for 84 yards. You can see the Eagles most they've allowed in any quarter.
Started the 20 because the kick wound up in the landing zone and then skidded through the end zone. Start with Swift, who cuts it back, big in again. First down, breaks a tackle, picks up 19 after the 39. Tackle there by Sidney Brown. Wow, what a running game on display today.
Can't stop the fucking run. I mean, you and I could go down there and run through this. So DeAndre fucking runs again, starts front play side and works back. Picks up a heck of a block from Darnell Wright, but there's just nobody there. Again, remember what the Eagles' defensive scheme is with Vic Fangio. They just want to make you, they're going to stay back more often than not with safeties, make you run the ball, make you throw the ball underneath. Dan Bouchard, who's doing a heck of a job with his Bears offensive line, got to be very proud of what he's seeing. 7 yards and carry.
Again, on the ground, this time that's Monungai for a short game. You know, the Eagles had given up 31 consecutive points before that last football. The last 24 last week, and the first 7 tonight. I should say tonight. We're night animals. That's what we're saying tonight. It's today.
No doubt. Well, there's Vic Fangio. The cat and mouse game now is the football. Does he start to cheat safeties down? Does he start to get down and start to get numbers where he loads the box to be able to get too many guys down where they can't run the football, force them to throw?
The old loaded box? Yes. Some friends of mine think that's a luxury suite with a booze flowing. Pass is incomplete. Zach Bourne put the pressure on that time. 3rd down and 7.
They are not a defensive blitzes a ton, and that time they came after Caleb Williams. Vaughn, who back in college, early year, Saints, a great pass rusher. They're not afraid to blitz. He with Kobe Dean. That time he came in clean, and Caleb Williams had to get the ball out. Remember, tough to throw this direction with this heavy wind.
3rd and 7. Crowd gets noisier. Pressure is put on. Catch is made on the first down here to the 49-yard line. Olamide Zaccheaus tackled there by Reed Blankenship.
They brought pressure again, and Caleb Williams anticipates that. See his mouthpiece kind of dangling. Puts a nice ball, just a little bit of touch on it. In the past, in college, last year, he had a tendency to want to throw that right through the receiver. Now, you're seeing as he continues to develop and grow, puts a nice, easy ball there for Zaccheaus to catch and be able to run after the catch.
10 first downs. Little toss here, little trickery here. Another first down or close to it for Luther Burden on some razzle dazzle.
And you're going to pull the 1st and 10. They just converted on that first down. This is what Ben Johnson does to keep you honest. Watch the center and the right tackle both pulling. And the kind of misdirection. Keep the defense is fast flowing. Keep them honest. Don't let them start to kind of just assume that you're going to run the football every single time up the middle or outside zone. A couple little wrinkles. Play action. There, nice little reverse.
So says a pass. Williams is 7-12. Going deep, and that pass is incomplete. Turning around. First time he goes to DJ Moore. Again, a win, perhaps wreaking a little havoc there. Dory Jackson covers on the play at the 3rd and 1.
Here is DJ Moore. You won't see the Williams that ball now. It is out early, and again, going away from Mitchell and towards Adoree Jackson. What I love is the trust that he has, even in that wind, to get that ball out early. Just threw it behind him a little bit. Tough to do when you throw it that early to a receiver.
3rd down and 1. Keeps it, gets it. So twice now he has sneaked for a first down behind Drew Dolman. First down.
I was surprised on that 4th down that we didn't see that. You know, they handed it off to Manunga on his first carry of the game deep in the backfield and instead did not go with that sneak. You saw him shot there, Jalen Hurts.
Like shit, right here.
But you're possessing the ball and keeping that Eagles offense on the sideline. Look at that. Advantage over double time of possession.
Numbers tell the story. This will be the 30th play to the Eagles' 11. On the move, throws, caught. That's Roma Dunze making that rep Sidney Brown with the tackle. 2nd down.
When they throw a lot of different formations. I loved it. I talked to Declan Doyle, who's the offensive coordinator. He said, it's the illusion of complexity. But there's a really good way of saying it with personnel groupings, formation, pre-snap movement. They'll run power. They'll go play action. They'll move the launch point, move the pocket around with the athletic ability and arm strength of Caleb Williams.
I'm writing that down. Illusion of complexity. I love it. To the outside. At about 4 yards shy of the first down goes Luther Burton. 3rd down and coming.
I think now Luther Burton's just scratching the surface of what he's going to be in this system. Yeah, he is a rookie out of Missouri. He's 6 feet, 210 pounds, and can do a lot of damage after the catch. Here they go again with another 3rd down. So far, they're 6 of 7. See it there. Look how short they made it. On an average 3rd and 3.
Good snap. Williams moving, backing up. On the move, he is going to keep it and get the first down. What a difference a year makes with Caleb Williams. You're seeing it today.
Oh, yeah. And this is why when he was coming out of SC and Lincoln Riley's offense, this is what everybody saw. This is his wheelhouse. He's making a concerted effort to get under center and play on time and rhythm. This is what he does. This is his superpower, ability to create and then awareness to extend just to make sure he got that first down.
Very much looking like the number 1 overall pick in the draft, which he was. From the 29, Swift is the back. Swift inside the 25, first down, 4, and Swift takes it to the 11 and just shredding that Eagle defense.
Keep in mind, they continue to run to the edges with jet sweep or reverses, and then they go back to the interior where those double teams are winning. Those offensive linemen, it's like watching a symphony, the way they're working with these double teams, sustaining blocks, and you got 2 fresh backs that are running downhill and shaking through arm tackles.
132 rushing yards in a quarter and a half. Caleb on the move and get to him, but he's able to get it away. Jalen Stunt charging in. Crowd wants grounding.
Yeah, he was well outside the tackle box. Yeah.
Right.
There's a mix-up now in the backfield. You see Swift and Caleb just not quite on the same page. It's the first really miscue that we've seen. But he's outside of that tackle box and gets rid of the football, so he's good to go here. Good job of getting rid of the ball.
That's a familiar sound, isn't it? 35th play being run by Chicago right here. Protection's good. The pass is a little low. He had a Dunze in the end zone. Couldn't quite get there. 3rd down.
In defense of Caleb Williams, he's working to his left. He's looking left, and then he comes all the way back, working through his progressions to finally see a Dunze who was clearly open, pulled away from Sidney Brown. And by the time he saw them, it was just too late. And he couldn't quite, he was going down, and he couldn't quite get enough on the football.
More in motion. He sets up in the backfield. A third and 10. Williams, that straight drop. Williams has that tip to the line of scrimmage. So that's incomplete pass. Jalen Phillips, who is the man who wrecked it for down.
What a matchup that is on the right side with Phillips against Darnell Wright. They didn't bring pressure. They rush more. They're sitting back, playing kind of a matchup zone. But his length at 6'6", right there, got close enough to Caleb Williams and that left hand to be able to knock it away.
Barrow Santos, 30-yard attempt. They're trying to make it a 7-point game. Taylor will hold. They
want to get the right ball in there.
Well, they got to get the kicking ball in there. So they'll reset that play clock at 25. There it is. Yep. Scott Taylor to snap it. Troy Taylor to hold it. Cairo Santos 30 yards away. Snap was a little high. Taylor gets it down. Santos boots it through. 6:44 to go, and a rapidly paced first half for Philadelphia. 10-3 Chicago.
Defense giving up yards. They're giving up over 120 yards on the ground, man. They're giving up too many fucking rushing yards, dog. That nigga Swift almost got 100 already. He had the ball too fucking long. They gave up no touchdown on that drive. They gave up 3 points, man. This shit. Come on, dog. You can get no pass rushing, nothing. You gotta get some pass rushing, man. Stop the run first. That's what they want to do. They want to run the ball.
Eagles players supported Uncle Lily efforts in their respective communities during Thanksgiving week. Caleb Williams, the Northern Illinois Food Bank of Lakewood Market, and his family in the Norristown School District. They are just two of the many players dedicating time to help out for the holidays, guys.
Yeah. Both guys, of course, so important to their communities on this Thanksgiving weekend. Glad you're with us for this Black Friday special from the 7-yard line. Will Shipley to run it back for Philadelphia, take it out to the 30. Well, if there's an assistant coach who you have to laud,
take Bixby at. Take
Bixby this man right there, Dennis Allen. Take a look at the Gamesmith. Johnson 10, Gordon 9, Booker. And I mean, they're linebackers. They're 3 top linebackers have been out for a couple of weeks. And Dennis Allen has done a masterful job under Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and I think he's created a confidence with these guys. They've got enough vets mixed in with some young guys that they're creating turnovers. Lead the NFL with 16 interceptions, #1 turnover margin.
South Barkley after a game. Dennis, of course, was the head coach at Oakland with the Raiders back in 2012, 13, and 14. Then he went to New Orleans and started out okay. That didn't work out, but boy, he has found us this year.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, to think about you lose your top 3 linebackers, right? I mean, that's Tremaine Edwards, T.J. Edwards, and Noah Sewell. I mean, who's going to be the green dot? Oh, I'm going to go to DeMarco Jackson, who played with me in New Orleans, more of a special teams guy. Last week had 15 tackles. You know, they just kind of, the beat goes on, and he talks about how they work this, they develop guys on the scout team just as hard as they develop the guys in the starting defense. It's paying off for them.
And takeaways have been gigantic. 2nd and 8, fake toss. Hurts on the move. He throws it, caught 3 yards shy of the first down. This team has 24 takeaways. Think about that. In 11 games, it's more than 2 a game. You go, they're at the top of the list by plenty. You know, at the bottom of the list, the Jets. They have 1 takeaway season.
That's hard to do, right?
Very, very hard. And none on U.S. soil. That 1 takeaway was in London.
That's right. What's harder to do, create 24 in 11 games or
1? That's tough. 3rd down and 3 for Philadelphia. Four-man rush. First fires over the middle, and that's incomplete. The next sound you hear will be this. There it is. Jalen Johnson covering on the play. They never got it. 4th down.
And Jalen Johnson may have gotten away with a little bit of hold there at the top of the round. What a great matchup for the Bears. Put your top cover guy up against the tight end. But I do think at the top of the round, see if he grabs on there a little bit. Not too much, but enough to caught my eye. But they get off the field on 3rd down again.
Duvernay back to receive the kick. Braden Mann. His 2nd punt, his first from 38 yards. With what will be the wind on this boot. And they're going to let it bounce and it skids into the end zone. Tick under 5 minutes to play. The Battleship New Jersey here in Philadelphia.
Shit is horrible, man. Shit is fucking horrible. Offense look bad. Defense look bad. Offense look how they fucking look every week. Shit is fucking bad, dog. It's look like shit, man.
Ben Johnson, 39 years old. He has been, over the past few years, the hot assistant. He reportedly had the chance to be the Washington head coach, turn that down, and finally found the right situation for him with Caleb Williams in Chicago.
What a great fit for him, for Caleb, the entire organization.
Been 6 years in Detroit. team is on fire today, but Jordan Davis makes it that close, and I'm going to go back to a high school.
This guy was a quarterback. Go back to 2002 state championship. You talk about physicality. This is what he referred to. And I said, was that something that Detroit kind of rubbed off on you? He goes, man, I go back to my high school days. That's how we prided ourselves on winning games and won 2 or 3 state championships. Really, really proud. In fact, that chant that he does after the game, I think that goes back to his high school days as well.
Work his magic with Jared Goff in Detroit. Williams now fires, caught, first down, gain of 13. Colston Loveland and one pick. There by Blankenship.
Drops back, wants to keep the linebacker Zach Vaughn just to his left. So watch how he tries to use his eyes to keep him over. Now he's got to get the ball out quickly, and that's the arm strength and the zip to be able to get that ball. And see his eyes moving Vaughn just enough, tight window, but with that arm strength and accuracy, able to get it in there.
From the 33, ball play action. Williams fires, too high, incomplete. To Keeley we go.
Yeah, we have to give credit where credit's due, and Kirk, you mentioned it. That locker room chant is a tradition from Johnson's high school team, AC Reynolds in Western North Carolina. And one of Johnson's teammates back then was country music star Chase Rice. Rice and his band, they do the chant before their shows. And Rice told me earlier today, he thinks it's pretty badass how much the chant's blown up. Clearly, it's stuck with them both.
I mean, it goes from AC Reynolds High School to the Chicago Bears post-game celebration.
And when you win 8 out of 9, it works. 2nd and 10. You don't want to change it up. 4-man rush. Pass to the outside is too high. So it doesn't say is the intended receiver. 3rd down and 10.
That's the part that Caleb Williams continues to work on. You know, it's just continuing to feel comfortable with the system, continuing to feel comfortable with his footwork, aligning his eyes and his footwork together. Once in a while, you'll see that ball kind of take off on him. It's pretty consistent, but I got a lot of confidence in with Ben Johnson, JT Barrett, his quarterback coach, Declan Doyle. He's going to find that groove to be more consistent.
He's 9 out of 20. That's 45%. And they finally get to him. So for the first time in 4 drives, the Eagles respond. Nolan Smith got there for the sack.
Yeah, Nolan Smith against the rookie Ozzie Trapillo just got right around him. He actually stayed up. He went underneath Nolan Smith, and then you can see the push from the interior eventually finishes him off. So good job by the Eagles. That's what you expect from the Eagles defense. And Jalen Carter right there to come up with that sack.
In the front right now, Torrey Taylor. Let it bounce, then a skid all the way to the 26. Having a little trouble picking it up is Covey. And he returns it to the 35-yard line with 2:47 left in the half. 10-3 there.
Come on, offense. The defense finally got to stop. Now, can we fucking do something on offense? That's all I'm asking. Can we block? Number one, we need to block. We're losing the line of scrimmage battle on both ends. Fucking offense, draw the ball, you know. This shit was hard to do. Like, hey, dog.
So we playoff picture. On the top there are the division leaders, including the Eagles and the Bears. You got the Buccaneers and the Rams. The Rams are the number 1 seed right now. The wild cards right now are right there. And the teams in the bottom.
Let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. Look at the playoff probabilities for the Bears with a win today up to 77, loss to 54. Look at the Eagles. They win 99, they lose still 95% of getting into the postseason.
They lead, but it's shrinking a little bit in the NFC East because of Dallas's 2 wins this week. One, of course, over the Eagles, and then yesterday against the Chiefs. From the 35, the drive begins with Hurts throwing it to the outside, and that won't go anywhere as Brown gets taken down there by Nishan Wright.
I know Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, gets a lot of criticism, but I would argue that a lot of it has to do with execution, whether it's, running the right route, throwing an accurate pass, protection. There he misses Devontae Smith. But some of this has to be on the players. It's easy when things don't work well to just blame the offensive coordinator and say, what the heck's he doing? And don't get me wrong, they're still searching for an identity. They're still searching for that cohesive feel and consistency. But it's not all Kevin Patullo. At some point, we got to look at the players and the execution.
The crowd doesn't like the fact the Eagles took it down to the 2-minute warning. Thought they should have run a play or two. So we're at the 2-minute warning. Chicago 10, Philadelphia 3. Black Friday football in prime.
I get it. It's hard to change. Me? I'm pretty loyal. Been on the same team for 17 years. Same coach for 11. Never switched my number once.
Two-minute warning. Drive down the field. Get a touchdown. Run the clock out. Send it to halftime, man, so we can have momentum coming out of halftime. That's how you do it. Simple. Bears is running a simple offense, and they moving the ball on us.
Our gang comedies right there. Yes, there they are. The fans. Who's just walking John right here? There you go. It's a beast. It's an after card. Yeah. State Farm halftime show coming away shortly. 2 minutes remaining in the half. Second down and 9. Will Shipley is the running back. Hurts in the pocket. Has time. Fires over the middle. Nobody is there. Brown, the intended receiver. Third down and 9.
And Jahan Dotson in the same area as A.J. Brown and where he was heading. I don't know if Dotson got confused. It's pretty clear that A.J. Brown is running a crosser there. Dotson got to the top of his route, looked a little bit unsure with outside leverage. He worked back inside. He had 2 Eagle receivers there. and no completion.
Shipley stays in the back of third down and 9. The 36-yard line. Extra pressure from the Bears. To the outside goes this pass. The 48-yard line. But a flag is down. I haven't seen any of those. It's going to be against Philadelphia. It's coming back.
And right away, you saw Jalen Johnson wanted some kind of help, and it's because at the top of the route, A.J. Brown pushes off to get separation. Let's watch this closely because they finally convert on a third down and long. An area that they've lived most of the year. They average 3rd and 8. Look at the top of the route. Just the left hand there. And it was enough to be able to separate. This is a really good look at it here. Terry, what do you think there, that left hand?
Yeah, I mean, does he extend it and push off and separate himself? It looks like a 50-50. Official felt he did.
Yeah, when Terry starts with a yeah. We know what it means, Terry. Gray area. 3rd and 19. Hurts dancing, looking, running out of room, throws, and well short of the first down to Shipley.
Is it just because in Philly it's 21-3? I mean, it's a 10-3 game. Could not have gone any worse here so far in this first half for the Eagles. And again, coming off a game where they're up 21-0 in Dallas. Next 8 possession, they couldn't do anything with it. And now to start the next game at home against the Bears, that have given up a lot of yards. They've got turnovers, but given up a lot of yards. And you're sitting there at 10-3 and you run just a handful of plays.
It's their punt. Duvernay moves over, skids out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Minute and a half to go. In the half, we're back in Philadelphia in 30 seconds.
So I got this friend that said he used to be on T-Mobile, but their network kind of sucked. His words. A lot of things used to suck. Like cell phones the size of the things changed. Now T-Mobile has the best network. Well, like a lot. But I'm just another guy in an ad saying the same thing, only first and true. Check out T-Mobile and experience what it means to have America's best network. Hey, dude, you won't believe where I am.
1:36 to halftime. The Chicago Bears will begin this drive from their own 19-yard line, and the Bears have all 3 timeouts.
All 3 timeouts. Minute 36.
Williams is 9 out of 20 for 70 yards on the ground, where they've been extremely proficient. Obviously, today was Swift carrying here, so Swift has now carried 9 times for 81 yards, 9 yards per total.
And so far, obviously, not a lot of urgency, not in a hurry at this point. You got the Eagles, they're probably thinking, see how this play goes, so they stop them, maybe use their timeout, one of their 3 timeouts themselves to try to get the ball back.
They're going to get the ball to start the second half. Chicago wants to put them in no man's land, which then they do right here because it's going to be a first down. Forward progress after the 30-yard line. Tackle there by Vaughn.
There's so many moving pieces. Jet sweep that was going one way. Yeah, the rookie tight end, Colston Loveland, coming back the other way, inserting into the A-gap to get up to the linebacker. Well, they really test your eyes.
142 yards in the first half on the ground. Tipped in the air. And it's almost intercepted, but it falls to the turf here.
That might have gone off of Jalen Carter's face mask. He jumped up, and the ball was thrown pretty low. And once it went up into the air, Swift became a defender. Let's see what it is. Yeah, I think off the top of his helmet. Now it's in the air. And I'll tell you, it's a pretty good job here by Swift of fighting away Dean, kind of boxing it up. Watch right there. I thought Dean had a shot to come up with that interception.
That would have turned this game on its head on a dime. Second down and 10 now. Little dump underneath. Swift. He's got some blocking. Swift out past the 40 to the 45-yard line. Do they want to take a timeout here? Clock ticking down, and they do. I put a couple of seconds back on the clock, showing 21 right now.
Yeah, I got to continue to just throw another bouquet at Ben Johnson, but the screen game married with everything else they do at that time. He had 4 receivers off to his right. Caleb Williams sells that, looking to his right, and then just slips Swift out of the backfield on a screen. The timing of that perfect. But now they got a real shot here with a couple timeouts. 23 seconds, the way he could throw the ball downfield.
I'm thinking,
Good shot for 3 points.
Last week, the Eagles had 3 touchdowns in 18 minutes. They went 42 minutes without a point. They're going to go 72 minutes in a game and a half with no touchdowns.
Yeah, no touchdowns. 3 points.
First down, 43. Trying to get into field goal range. That is it thick? No, it's short hop. Inside the 35-yard line by Reed Blankenship, though, at 5 seconds.
Really nice spacing where they get 5 receivers out. He puts it right on the money. It's just DJ Moore at the top of the route. He just lost his footing. Here's DJ Moore right here. Watch him work. Look at the spacing. Look how clean this is. And watch where he throws his ball, right between the linebackers. And if he doesn't lose his footing, he catches that. They're already in field goal range.
18 seconds. On the move. Flag is thrown. Williams throws. It's incomplete. Clock down to 11. See about the flag here.
Jalen Phillips came on the pressure again. He lined up over the right spot. And he, again, surprised. We've seen that a couple times with Darnell Wright, where he lined up, and this time it's against the tight end, and he's able to use that speed and momentum to go right around him. And Wright just grabbed onto the shoulder there to get the holding call.
That's the first penalty against the Bears. They played near perfect half. And it, 10 points, it's a game. It's a one-possession game. You're right. Feels like it's 24-3. 2nd and 20. That's caught to the 40-yard line. Luther Burden. We're going to take us down to 2 seconds. 1. And to the locker room. Of course, there is a serenade for the Super Bowl champions.
Bad first half. Bad first half. Bad first half.
Sure. Halftime. Chicago 10.
Fucking bad first half. No.
And we go to Kevin.
Well, Ben, 142 yards on the ground. How have you been able to carve up the Philadelphia defense?
Doing a great job. This place lines with purpose. So no guys, so we got a good thing going right now.
What do you need to do to continue to shut their offense down?
I think it's got a great plan. The weather is certainly a factor here today, so we got to come out. We got to take care of business here in the second half.
What's your biggest concern with this win?
With the win, yeah, just field position. It's going to be one of those type of games. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Kelly. DAS and Dennis Allen. Coming up after the break, it'll be the State Farm and Show with Carson Hernandez.
You made the Nuggets list. Gage, Rookie of the Year.
And that's an easy conversion there. He got about 2 yards. Philadelphia was not ready for it.
And then there's Hurts excuse-making fanboys. Well, Romero, we appreciate that comment. We absolutely agree to disagree. And obviously, you've not watched many of our videos. So,
yeah, I guess not.
You know, you're entitled to your opinion. But if you watch the breakdowns and the games and everything else, we will 100% call out Hurts whenever he misses receivers. And if there is a good enough game plan for him to throw the football, and as we said earlier, too, he's not having a good game here. He didn't have a good game against Detroit as well. There's been, you know, weather playing a factor and other things like that also. But I don't know what to say, but otherwise we just agree to disagree. So Rock with 2, we're due for a good half. There's some optimism.
Are we?
Hopefully so.
Are we?
In the second half.
I guess we have had those, but yeah, I
they,
guess.
They play
I
usually
guess.
some quarter, one quarter that's decent, and we haven't seen it so far, so maybe so. Asylum with a 2. The only thing I got left is reverse psychology. Okay? Again,
We love Kev Batullo.
Whatever
He's
works.
Yeah, whatever works. He's a genius. You know?
If that's going to help us to score, we will take it.
Yeah, cuz we playing like shit, man. We look like shit. The whole first half, we look bad, man. The whole first half. I don't know what's up with us, man. Like, we've been playing like this all year. We might play better the second half, but this shit is bad, man. This shit is bad. I don't even know what else to say, man. Defense only gave up a touchdown. That's it. Even though they're giving up a lot of yards on the ground, they gave up a lot of yards on the ground.
The way that it has this first half. If there's a repeat or even anything close to it, I don't think that he gets a choice. Robert with 5. I'm watching the Flyers game until the Eagles wake up. Okay.
Not a bad idea.
You might finish that game, Robert, but hopefully not. Trent with a 2. We have to owe the Mafia. That's the only explanation for where this thing is. Okay. I mean, yeah.
You think Big Dom could take care of that, but apparently not.
You figure. Yes.
You would figure.
Blaze with the 2. Execution on both sides is horrible. Wake up, dude. It is totally bad on both sides, but the play design is not great either. Skips with a 2 saying what was that play design? Some of the play calls, receivers in the same area of Tells and Lies with a 2. So AJ takes his arm for the defender, and that's a PI. Again,
I know. That was a terrible
What are you
call.
doing?
Terrible
Boy, are my arms tired with a 2. Any actual chance KP gets axed on a loss here? Mentioned it a couple times, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
the way
it's a long week. I guess it's a slightly longer than what it normally is. If you were going to do it, this would have to be the time. If they lose, if they come back and win and still look bad, he ain't going anywhere. And maybe that's worse for us, but we'll see.
2 from LA Kid. Let's all take shots every time man punts. Be careful with that game. Be very careful if we're playing that.
Do not drive after doing that game because
yeah,
not good.
A little bit. Garrett with a 5. Don't worry, guys. We got 1 yard last drive before a penalty. Okay, so they're due to start building a little bit of a trend there. Powerlifting Star Wars fan with a 2. We still have our 2 good drives of the game saved, and there was the optimism. So we usually play a quarter well and 2 drives. Maybe that can be enough.
Maybe.
We're going to need a lot more than that.
We'll see.
Adam with a 20 bomb. Much love to y'all, but this team is driving me insane. We can't let this become 23. Too damn good for this.
Sure feels like it might be, but yeah, I'm with you. But it feels like it might be. We'll see.
Gonzalo with the 5. Their other year needs to experiment with one of his unqualified friends, and the offense becomes inept. And that is with Sirianni. Yeah, when you go with the other picks, but that's the direction they want to go. Slim pickings to begin with, because a lot of the best guys have been hired up already, and just kept it in house. You know, Asylum with a 2. Go for the draft pick. All right,
it's too kind of interesting choice. Too late for that at 8-3. It's too late for that. You're not getting inside the top 10 even if they lose out. So it's not really possible, unfortunately.
Chris with the 5. Is this what it's like to be a Jets fan? How did they last for 20 plus years? Maybe we can get some Jets fan to be consultants to help us deal with this. That is also a good point.
Feels like the Jet offense. That's for sure. Holy cow.
Of how do they put up with that? But 2 from Skip, 2 more. The entire offense is to blame. D-Luck with a 5. We will be smiling after this game. Second half will be special. Okay, I like the optimism.
Please be right.
Appreciate that.
Please be right.
Robert with a 5. I don't care what you say. Refs can and do determine outcomes of games. KP sucks, but he's not on the field.
But
some bad calls.
There's only been one bad call. The rest has been false starts. The rest has been Philadelphia shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. And the D line's getting pushed all over the field too. So it's on both, obviously, but it's crazy. Lunar Wolf with a 2. Same game every damn week.
Seems that way. Yep.
I
for one will not be gaslit by Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni anymore, where they try and tell us that they're working very hard to change stuff.
No.
Because I have been gaslit long enough this season, and I will do so no longer.
Yeah, and nothing's changing. So Adam with a 5. This is pathetic. This team deserves every boo bird they just got before the half. How is this a professional football team who is 8-3? This is horrid. Yep. That is 100%. David with a 5. I got nothing. The Birds offense sucks. Tom, maybe it's time to run it back with all the emojis, the typical comment of halftime. So there's David with the
might need to
5 support.
Might need to.
All right, we got several other super chats, which I will get to, but we do have the interview to play here with Malcolm Jenkins that we had earlier today. So I'm going to play that as long as I can get this one up here. So let's make sure that I can get it to work. And then we'll be right back after it's about a 6-minute interview or so. So here is Malcolm Jenkins with us from earlier this morning. A special guest, Malcolm Jenkins, the legend himself. Really needs no introduction, but Malcolm, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. We were excited to have you here. Thomas and I were talking about this beforehand. Obviously, it's like when you have Malcolm Jenkins on the channel, Eagles talk, everything else, one of the first things that comes to mind for me is your hit on Brandon Cooks in the Super Bowl. It's an iconic moment. Everybody remembers it. And you got to talk to me a little bit about this, though, because shout out to Jordan Spector of Spector Sports Art for getting us hooked up here with the interview, the setup on that. But you guys have a special collab with the Immortalized Cards collection. And to have that moment immortalized, what does that mean to you?
It's a moment that everybody talks about. Like you said, when we point out the plays from that Super Bowl, that hit, is one that everybody continues to remind me about. So for it to be kind of the focus of the artwork on this card, this collaboration with Immortals is really cool. It gives us all something to remember and talk about, especially that bringing that first championship to Philadelphia. So yeah, and right in time for the Hall of Fame induction is pretty special time.
Before I get to my other question about Jalen Hurts, Malcolm, have you talked to Brandon Cooks since that hit? Did you ever talk to him, years later about, hey man, I know I got you on that one, but it's a legendary hit for myself. Did you ever ask him about it?
I have not actually.
Okay.
I have not got a chance to discuss it with him. That's those aren't the first things you bring up when you see somebody. Like, hey, remember I knocked you out in the Super Bowl?
Common courtesy, just to it's not worth bringing that one up. But it is pretty legit. By the way, for people that are curious, we've got links in the description to check it out if you want to get a hand on that. Obviously, the Black Friday special there. Congrats to you as well, Malcolm. I know the Hall of Fame induction. We need some good energy. We need some positivity. Certainly, the way that the team came off the last game. I won't even mention who the loss was to, but just the way the last one was. But with this thing kind of trying to get back on track, offensively, there's been some inconsistency. The defense has had to really hold up maybe a little bit more of their end of the bargain. I'm curious, though, because you've obviously won a Super Bowl. You've come off of multiple Super Bowls and had to play the season after that. How is that different? Like, can you talk us through, to someone who doesn't understand, like, the ebbs and flows of a season coming off of the ultimate, the ultimate success? What is that like? And are there the other extra difficulties that go along with that? Just kind of a better picture for what this team is going through.
Yeah, I think the only extra difficulties come from how tightly a team holds on to its past success. Like the reason that everybody is so panicked about the team, besides their own conversations in the media, but from a performance standpoint, the only concern is because everyone expects them to do better, even though they're winning. Even though they're competitive, even though they play complementary football for the majority of the time, because it's not dominating like everybody is expecting, we create this storm. And I think this team has bought into it a little bit as well. They expect to dominate. And when it doesn't happen, even if they win, there's frustration. And I think that can sometimes be the Achilles heel of a team that's trying to repeat, is setting expectations that aren't based in the reality of this season, the reality of this particular team. And I think the sooner they find that, identity, they find that rest in kind of just winning, the focusing on the outcomes, no matter how it looks. I think you'll start to see this team settle down and be as consistent as we, whatever everybody will want.
Whenever you talk about just winning and settling down and the criticisms outside of the locker room, we think about Jalen Hurts, and you're very close with Jalen Hurts, but you played both of his predecessors and Nick Foles and obviously Carson Wentz. You've been around all three of them a bunch. What sets Jalen Hurts apart? I know a lot of people can't wrap their heads around outside Philadelphia, a guy whose stats can sometimes be low, and yet he doesn't seem to care at all. All he does is win. What sets him apart from the other quarterbacks that you played with?
Well, I think what sets him apart from the the quarterbacks that I played with are just his style. I think who he is in general, his pedigree and his leadership. You know, like early on, Carson Wentz was not the leader of the team. Nick Foles was a veteran, but was, you know, kind of in a backup role where his future was always kind of in question. But this is without a doubt Jay's team. And so I really can't even compare him to the guys I played with. And when I look at his leadership style, he's always out in front. You know, the situation, he answers every question, keeps the main thing, and he produces. I think, again, to me, he's somebody who has his perspective in the right place, where he understands what he values most, and that's winning. And he knows what everybody's going to care about at the end of the day, is winning the game, regardless of how that looks. He doesn't care if he's the reason we win. He just wants to win. And I think that is, you know, from a North Star, like that's a guy that I want to follow. That's a guy that I think authentically wins locker rooms, because everyone knows when things hit the fans, he's not going to make it about himself. He's going to be a team first guy. He's going to take the bullets and not make a spectacle out of it. And that's important, especially in a city like Philadelphia.
100%. That is totally accurate. And by the way, too, I would just say this also, Malcolm. I think I speak for a lot of people when you talking about those traits and that leadership and everything else. That is certainly you as well. So it's why you're very worthwhile of the induction. So congrats again to you. We appreciate you hopping on here for this interview. This is a blast for us. And also 127 pieces, 127 immortalized card, the immortal cards, the moments there. So if you're wanting to pick that up, a shout out to everybody else as well. But make sure to click the link in the description. Thomas and I have those. Check them out. And as well to Jordan Spector, Spector Sports Art, for making this happen. Have a good one. Let's get a Birds win today. Celebrate the right way as we should. And appreciate it again, Malcolm.
Go Birds.
Go
Birds.
Birds. Okay. There we go. And that one, I don't know why I lost you for saying. There we go. Now we're back.
There we go. We're back.
I had myself for just one split second. But interview with Malcolm Jenkins earlier this morning. I was feeling a little more confident at that time than we are now, but looks like we're about to kick it off with the second half.
Yeah, I was right there with you. We do appreciate Malcolm getting inducted in the Eagles Hall of Fame, but we need a Hall of Fame drive here by the Bird offense to start quarter 3 as Will Shipley gets us to the 27-yard line. But nice to talk to Malcolm Jenkins. Really nice guy. One of my favorite Eagles, especially at a time when secondary players were, you know, not that great back in the day. I mean, you think back to some of those defenses. He was the best player by far, not named Fletcher Cox, and fun to see him get inducted and fun to get to talk to him briefly this morning for our show. So but we'll see. As they get a little shot at Nick Sirianni, we'll see how tough together and whatever the other word he always talks about that they haven't been doing so far today are here for quarter 3. But here we go. 1st and 10. 10-3 Chicago. Philadelphia only in a 7-point hole. Feels like a lot more. Hey, look, Tank Bigsby's on the field. First time we've seen him all day. Both running backs in the gun. Now they motion AJ, orbit motion. Take the snap. They're going to give it. Nope. Play fake. Throw to Saquon and complete off his hands and wouldn't have gained much yardage anyway. And some more booze. Some more booze. Jeez.
Wasn't looking for it. He just...
No. Wasn't even ready for it. Wasn't even ready for it. I mean, if you went to the link today, you got to say... Gonna get your money's worth in terms of booing.
Getting his head around late on him, not able. It wasn't going anywhere either way.
It was gonna gain nothing. It doesn't matter. All this play design is trash. It's so bad. Here comes a 3 and out. 2nd and 10. All at the Eagle 27. Hurts takes the snap. They're gonna run Saquon right side. He gains nothing. So here comes 3rd and 10. This is what you get to start the third quarter. I mean, Kevin Patula's got about 10 plays that he knows how to run. He's got about 10 plays that he knows how to run.
Oh, I don't know what it is. so bad. I mean, I know what it is, but it's even more than one thing. Like, Jalen's not having a good game on here. The play calling's terrible. The offensive line can't block. There's still been penalties. Not as bad, but there's still been penalties.
Last 4 quarters, they have 3 points, Josh. 9 first downs. They're 2 for 11 on 3rd down. They're past 4.
With these players.
3rd and 9. All out blitz comes. Hurts steps up. He's going to throw this one, and it's going to be incomplete, and they're going to go 3 and out immediately. Holy cow.
Let him hear it. Let him hear it.
Goodness gracious.
They
the
deserve
fastest 3 and out possible. Fastest 3 and out possible right there. Holy cow.
Gain a yard.
Oh, man. They gained 1 yard.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing? You know, the whole like stop playing to lose comment that Jalen had after I think the Rams game, was it? Get aggressive. I know there's wind out there. You have to get aggressive.
That Ram game feels like a lifetime ago when they could actually throw the football. This is a punt down to the 14, returnable to the 20, up to the 24, and now comes Caleb Williams. Any points, Josh, probably puts this game away. I don't see Philadelphia's offense giving you 2 more scores the rest of the way. That feels like a stretch right now. So are they going to get a sack? Are they going to get a turnover? Can they force a 3 and out? Anything, but any points here, especially a touchdown, is probably the dagger, and Ben Johnson knows that.
So lackluster and unfortunate. Poncho with 2. These are from earlier, but again, I'm gonna get these super chats in order. So appreciate you guys. Small sample size, but where is Tank Bigsby? We saw him out there. They just didn't use him too much. And also S-Box with a 2. I'm getting Eagles versus Packers vibes right now for this game.
Yep. Except for we had a lead in that one going into halftime. All right, first drive for the Bears, following the Birds' lightning fast 3 and out. Williams under center, end around DJ Moore, gets the edge to the 30, and he will have a first down. So there's a 10-yard. Can you imagine getting 10 yards on first down, Josh? I don't think Philadelphia has converted a first down on first down all day long. They have not been able to get 10 yards plus on first down the entire day.
No, it's way too difficult. Nothing that's dialed up is. It's not in the explosive play category, I guess, for like a 10 yards, but it's. I don't know. It's incredibly efficient. Like, why do we wait until these third down situations? Oh, there's another 3rd and 8 that we have to go and convert.
6.6 yards per carry. They got 10 on that one, up to the 34. Now they empty him out. I don't know why they throw, but they're going to choose to here. Williams going to take a quick drop, fire across the middle, incomplete off the leg of Colston Loveland. I don't know why you throw, Josh. Honestly, I would
just run.
I would just run.
You hate to put it all on them. Look at A.J. Brown. What would a turnover, like what would a short field do to ignite not just the offense, but the stadium to kind of get them back behind the Eagles instead of in front of them?
Second and 10 on the ground. Swift sets up a 3rd down, 3rd and about 5. Early in the 3rd quarter, 10-3 Chicago.
Imagine how fired up DeAndre Swift is growing up in this town, played high school football here, was an Eagle at one time, and bounced around a little bit. It just seems to be a really good fit here in Chicago with this offensive scheme with Ben Johnson.
They started with Detroit, came here for 1 year, had a good year, but then they signed Barkley, and out the door went Swift. 3rd down and 5. In the pocket, shoulder shake, fires, and incomplete. Trying to get it to either Burton or down.
Well, it's another receiver that just loses his feet. Luther Burton here. And they did a heck of a job by the offensive line. They did a good job of protecting him. Here's Burton right here. Just you see there for a second, and then he just goes down. That was an accurate throw. If he just didn't lose his footing, it's right between the linebacker and the safety for a first down between the zones.
Corey Taylor at the punt, but a flag was thrown, so no play.
43 offense.
Only the 2nd penalty against the Bears in the game. Those shots pretty much tell it all, don't they?
Yep.
Body language, facial expression.
Oh, yes.
Taylor's good. Drifting toward the sideline, and it goes out about somewhere inside the 30-yard line. Boathouse Road. Philadelphia on this Friday afternoon.
A.J. Brown is a football star, but he also has Geico like a regular person, so we had one translate.
To achieve excellence, I imagine, manifest it, and then boom!
Yeah, he saw one of those Geico ads online, seized it. He switched to Geico,
Those Geico's like me, always open. He means they're 24/7 claim support. Always open. No one can come. Except Geico.
You're not AJ Brown, but we'll treat you like him.
Open 24/7.
It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to Geico.
Cheeseburger. A quarter pound of McDonald's flame grilled with 2 slices of melty cheese. It's love at first bite. We're not sure who invented the double cheeseburger, but it sure tastes like we did. You rule.
Black Friday's here. 7 caffeine, my sister, and my grippy gloves. It's go time. Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Save up to 50% throughout the store. Plus, earn extra Kohl's cash at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
Let's say I obtain a car for less than you think it costs.
I don't follow.
You see this index the other day?
Yeah.
It's how much I paid for it.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Friends sing together. La, la, la. Let's do things together. Friends walk together. They and him together. La, la, la. Everyone together.
The grounded Eagles rushing attack there, Saquon Barkley had 17 runs and 20 or more yards last year. So far this season, 2. And then the Spurs, of course,